Let's take a look at the chart for Dogecoin. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. We're on the 1 hour time frame on TradingView right now. We're looking at Dogecoin and we had this rising wedge right here. We had resistance, resistance, support, support, support. I was watching this triangle pattern going like this. We broke that going to the downside. Ever since then, I was actually looking at this bottom down here. This one is sitting at around 0.127. I was thinking we are going to come down here, but it does look like we're getting support, 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 forming this trend line right here. We also have resistance, resistance, resistance. So now we're looking at this resistance and this support. So let's go ahead and delete this previous little triangle. We can still look at the top, but we don't really need these trend lines. So we'll still be looking at this top up here, but those other trend lines we don't need. So right now it kind of looks like we're forming a falling wedge pattern, which is actually a bullish pattern once we break this going to the upside, which it does look like we're breaking right now. The only thing though is when we watch these patterns, we're going to want to look for volume down here. This is an indicator that I usually use, and if it's not getting a lot of volume on a breakout, then we're kind of not sure what's going on. You want to see these big green spikes when we're doing a breakout, something like that. We are still trending up, so I think some of the other things we can do is kind of zoom in. Let's go ahead and get a trend line because we have support right here and support right here. Let's draw a trend line, something right here. We're on the 1 hour time frame. Like I said, I don't usually like watching the 1 hour, but sometimes the charts move fast enough to look at these charts and they kind of make sense. Like you could see this falling wedge right here. It's formed pretty good. So then it does look like we're breaking out. The only problem is the volume. So like I said, we'll watch this trend line right here until we break that trend line going to the downside. Then, I mean, we can kind of assume at least we're going in this slight uptrend, something like this. We'll also see what else forms on the bigger time frame. Let's go jump over to the 4 hour time frame. These charts are very similar. I mean, you can kind of argue it's kind of something like this on the 4 hour maybe, but it's very similar. So we're still watching this downtrend right here, and it does look like we're breaking it, but it does look like the 9 moving average is giving us some trouble, and there's not a lot of volume to back it up. So I'm kind of curious if this is going to really break out or if we're going to just get kind of faked out and head back to the downside. So if we keep going down, like I said, I think I'll be looking at this bottom trend line or maybe this bottom right here sitting around 0.126. If we start heading up, I'd be looking at this previous support or resistance levels. This one is sitting around 0.151 or maybe 0.153. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen if we keep going up and we start hitting these levels. Are they going to reject us, or are we going to be able to break through it and be able to start to target the next resistances? Possibly. We have this big old downtrend, and then if we zoom out, let's go ahead and zoom out. We're on the 4 hour. Let's go to the daily time frame, and let's go ahead and delete everything because here's a couple things that I was watching. We have resistance, 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 and then we have resistance and resistance. So there's a couple different trend lines. I have this one going straight across, something like, I mean, it's not exactly straight across. I guess you could argue these ones are kind of straight across like that. And this level is sitting at around maybe around 0.190, approximately 0.191. I think we could also look at these other resistances that I was talking about. We have one right here and one right here. This one is going more downwards. Whoops, wrong tool. Something like this. So until we break these trends going to the upside, or this one to the upside, this one's kind of just like a flat level that we have to break through, and then this one's more of a trend line. If we break this trend line, this will give us a better clue that we're going to come up to this resistance area right here, and then maybe we'll break through that one. We just have to do one step at a time. Let's jump back over to the 1 hour time frame. Like I said, I'm watching this little falling wedge pattern. I'm very curious if we're going to be able to get a breakout. It does look like we're still keeping that momentum up, but that volume, I don't know. I want to see that volume come in a little bit better. It does look like we're trending up though. Let me know what you guys think about Dogecoin. If you guys liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to trading, check out these 2 videos right here. One of them is a video on when I buy and sell, and the other one is a video about how to get started with TradingView and look at charts and follow along with the videos. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.